Well, it finally happened. Candy fucked around and found out what happens when her bullshit touches someone who truly had zero interest in playing her stupid games. She's obviously not injured, though she thinks she is. Anyway, let's hear her side of it and then determine what probably really happened.
I myself was upset that I didn't get hotel help, and it still looks like it wants to do more raining.
Bullshit detected.
On her live stream, she had been trying to make people think she was in imminent danger of being flooded out or blown away. We checked the local weather and found she was grossly overestimating her chances of danger.
The sky still looks like it wants to rain some more. And also my legs, my legs were already swollen and hurting.
So you're trying to explain why you were already in a pissy mood.
And so,
you started some shit that someone else finished.
when I went to get dinner, a lady, the server had gave me some extra food and water and drink and whatever. And I had the extra bag of stuff, and it was difficult to carry.
Whatever, Candy, just get to what happened.
So, but they had this young boy. He looked like he was, I would have said I thought he was a teenager, but I'm not sure if a 15, 16, 17-year-old would be out on the streets like a grown adult at 11 o'clock at night. So, when the bus came, right before the bus came, the guy, he looked like he could have been, he looked and sounded under 20 years old. He looked and sounded at least under 20. He could have been 18 or 19. But I don't know, he just seemed extremely young enough to be my child. He didn't seem like somebody who, I promise you he wasn't 40 years old. I promise you he wasn't even 25. I'm not good at estimating or guessing somebody's age, but I know that he was under 25 years old. I think he barely had natural, he didn't even have that much facial hair. I don't remember. So it was a brown-skinned black boy that had looked like half of his hair was dyed gold and the rest of his hair was black. And I don't even know if he was trying to represent the New Orleans Saints with the black and gold, or if he was had half of his hair fake blonde because of MK Ultra, or part of the gang stalking, or part of the cult, or whatever, But he looked like he was mad or angry with the world.
We can already tell you fucked up in several ways, Candy Girl. Don't you know that teenagers make poor choices? They're impulsive, don't think things through, and moody. We've seen you give plenty of folks dirty looks, so it's easy to imagine you gave him one too. The way you describe him says it all. You thought your age put you somehow above him? It don't work like that, dumb.
And that was the white man that he didn't have any belongings, but he looked homeless. And the young black boy gave him mean, threatening looks, unprovoked, for no reason at all. And then I wasn't that much of a distance from that man because we were waiting for the bus. So, a few steps later, he passed by me, giving me mean, threatening looks. And something felt off.
You know, when someone feels off, the best way to handle them is to not confront or get involved with them. You all know that. Candy doesn't, obviously.
Or he gave me a bad vibe. Or something like that, you know. So, we got on the bus, everything was fine. And then, you know, with my OCD and stuff, I be trying to, you know, make sure that the perps, you know, they be trying to bump into me. They got all that space over there and be trying to bump into and brush up against me and touch me on purpose and, you know, for harassment purposes or whatever. So, you know, sometimes certain fake passengers can't keep fucking still. And they keep running, run to the front, run to the back, run to the front, run to the back, run to the front, run to the back repeatedly. Like, keep fucking still. You know, and you know, you're making me nervous. So, before we got on the bus, he looked like he was premeditated angry.
Again, a great reason to leave him alone.
He looked like he was premeditated mad. You know, like he already had something going on. So, I think he was a perp sent from the cult to come physically assault me.
We think he was just a kid having a bad night.
So, what he did was, you know, he went kind of towards the back of the bus. And then when he ran back up to the front of the bus, recklessly, like, oh shit, he about to, I'm thinking, oh shit, please don't bump into me. Or please don't brush up against me. Please don't touch me. You know, and when he recklessly ran to the front of the bus to tell, I don't know, we had ample enough time that he could have got his bus pass out before we got on the bus. You know, but they just, you know, like to do stuff at the last minute.
Maybe he just got ready with the wrong bus pass.
So like when he ran to the back of the bus and then ran back to the front of the bus, I'm like, come on, man. And then he went off on me and lashed out on me.
She's probably leaving out the dirty looks she was giving him. You just know that based on her description of him, she kept a close eye on what he was doing. As she already explained, she was cranky and sore from not getting hotel accommodations, so just picture how she must have stared at him as he went back and forth. Now bear in mind, according to her, the kid looked pissed off anyway, so his fuse was probably super short too. There are 2 bus companies in New Orleans, so imagine you had passes for both and accidentally produced the wrong one. Even on a good day, you'd probably feel a bit dumb. This dude was having a bad day, and Candy just admitted going off on him first. She said the first word, "Come on, man."
He yelled at me and falsely accused me of constantly harassing. Like, as I said, I didn't tell him anything before. Come on, man.
Right, you didn't tell him anything before. Come on, man.
I didn't tell him anything before we got on the bus. And so he lashed out on me and made a big, over-exaggerated, fake big scene.
It takes 2 to tango, Candy.
And he lied on me and falsely accused me of
Bet you didn't
harassing him all night.
de-escalate much.
In which I only saw him like a few seconds prior, or no, a couple of minutes prior. You know, he falsely accused me of harassing him all night and constantly telling him something, in which I wasn't.
You probably...
And he made a big scene
Were with your eyes.
on the bus, like in front of everybody.
Idiot.
And he's like, "Don't you tell me another word. Don't you tell me another thing, or whatever, you know." And
Cue Candy's sense of age-related privilege.
and so I'm like, "I did not harass you all night." And I said, "You're lying on me," you know. And so, you know, he went off on me and lashed out on me and tried to bully and intimidate me and trying to instill fear.
This was her chance to say something like,
And,
I'm sorry,
like,
I'm having a bad night and I
so
kind of
then,
took it out on you. She chose not to.
They had the two ladies and an elderly man sitting across from me, and they sided with him.
They probably noticed how you treated him.
And they lied on me and said, "Yes, you were harassed." They were already on the bus before we got on the bus.
Here we run into Candy's intellectual disability. She thinks the women were literally supporting the kid's statement that she had been harassing him all night. In reality, we'd bet they simply saw her give the guy dirty looks as he went from front to back and then heard her verbally harass him. As people already on the bus, they would have been able to watch the new folks get on, including Candy and the kid.
Listen, like, they were on the bus before we got on the bus. So they sided with him and went along with the fake lying, gang stalking script narrative, lying and saying, "Look, there's another purple strange tale." Like, for them to lie and say, "Oh, you were harassing me all night," and "Oh, you were harassing that man all night." No, that was a little boy. That wasn't a fucking grown ass man.
All the more reason not to harass him, you boob.
You know, you were harassing that man all night and this and that, whatever. I'm like, y'all weren't even there, and y'all don't even know what transpired or what happened before we got on the bus. So shut the hell up.
She thinks they literally mean all night.
So
they most likely actually meant this whole time.
I was,
already pissy over the legs and hotel situation.
A lot of times when I
Okay, we're skipping this tangent about perp drivers not kneeling the bus for her and why she can't sit in the back.
When I ride the bus, sometimes like I look like, I don't know, it might be an OCD thing that that I look all around the bus to see who's riding the bus, or who's on the bus, or how many people on the bus, or whatever.
People don't generally like being looked at by someone who's scowling at them.
Even on other buses that I rode, like if I'm looking all around and not focused on staring at a specific person in particular, but I'm just looking all around. I guess a curiosity thing or whatever.
But you do look at people,
and so
Candy.
Like even on other buses, if certain passengers gave me the hate anger look, like I'm forbidden to look and try to frighten, scare, bully, and intimidate
They
me.
probably think that's what you are actually doing.
When I was looking all throughout, the back of the bus, and like I usually do, and then he try to be like, "Don't even look back here, turn around, don't look at me," and this and that or whatever, and then he started like threatening me. I don't even remember every nook and cranny of everything that happened, or like every minute little detail, but he was like saying something about and I don't even remember if I'm saying what he said word for word. But for him to just say something like, "Don't look back here, don't look at me, and I'm going to do this to you, I'm going to do that to you," and this and that, whatever. And he followed through with his threat to put his hands on me,
Guess you should have stopped looking at him.
I started filming and recording for my safety.
How'd that work out for you?
Not to bother him, but for my safety, because he was already threatening me.
Betcha he didn't like that very much.
So then I started filming and recording, and he, threatened me some more, and then ran up towards me And
Sounds like filming just made things worse.
he ran up to me and punched me in my face. And he was trying to break my nose. He punched me in the face one time, and like he punched me like in the head. And when he punched me in the head like this, it went like through my eye and down to my nose, and like part of my face hurts a little bit, but mainly my nose.
Today she claims two black eyes.
Like mainly right here is the part that hurts the worst and the most, and it hurts to touch. You know, when I touch it, it hurts.
Stop touching it then.
And then he tore part of my black bag. He tore part of my bag and tried to wrestle my bag out of my hand and illegally wrestled my phone out of my hand.
We're not buying the bag part of this.
Wrestled my phone out of my hand, and then, you know, took an eternity to give me my phone back.
The word eternity is being abused.
The ladies, well, the elderly man that was sitting across from me, he didn't really say much or nothing. But the two ladies sitting next to him,
He probably just wanted to delete the video.
they were the biggest ringleaders of the ones who sided with him, defended and agreed with him, and went against me.
Because you were causing trouble.
You know, and they try to, and then like everybody was yelling all at the same time. And can you believe that, like, the whole entire bus? So I think they illegally planted everybody on that bus.
Well, we think you're a mentally ill, narcissistic moron. How could they have known you were going to take the bus you did? By your own account. In this case, people simply saw you bully a kid.
And even the kind of the back of my head hurts a little bit. And when he deleted, hold on, man. He deleted the video evidence out of my phone because he knew he was wrong. He deleted the video evidence out of my phone, and then threw my own phone back at me, and my phone hit my leg, and the phone fell on the floor. When he threw my phone, and that same leg that I said was hurting, and that exact spot that I said was hurting earlier, he added more pain to my leg. And later on today, I think there's gonna be a bruise on my leg. And the two females at the front, they defended and sided with him. And I'm like, give me back my phone, give me back my phone. And everybody was yelling all at the same time. And so I couldn't hear particularly everybody, but the females at the front, they were trying to say, let him, they were saying, oh, he's just trying to take the video, he's just trying to take the video out of your phone. That's all he's trying to do. I'm like, no, that's my phone. You don't have a right to take my phone.
We agree, for the most part, putting hands on someone is usually not okay. However, you actually didn't need to film him. Don't you know the buses have cameras these days?
And I'm like, I know y'all ain't trying to defend him taking my phone. You know, so they're trying to make like, oh, you should just let him take the video out of your phone and he'll give it right back. I'm like, no, that's my phone. Give me my phone. And then they started to gang up on me and get gangster and ghetto on me. And the lady in the middle, the guy, he illegally deleted the video evidence of him threatening me. But the females were threatening me too, especially the one in the middle, and the one on the other side of the man. The one that was on the other side, she was trying to calm the older one in the middle down. The older one in the middle was the one that was talking the most shit and talking the most trash, and acting like as if she's gonna put me in my place and that I'm going to listen to her. I said, no, I'm not gonna listen to shit you say. she tried to make it like she's gonna tell me a thing or two and put me in my place. And then she's like, oh, you should go and film and record me, or you should take pictures, because I love being filmed and recorded and this and that, whatever. You know. And they both were trying to talk about, ignore her, don't pay her no mind, ignore the devil, oh, she's the devil, and this and that, whatever. While they were perping and harassing really hard, and they should have minded, if they weren't gonna freaking help, then they should have minded their own business.
3 things here. First, if the kid was supposed to listen to you because you're older than he is, what makes you think you're above your elders? Second, they were helping the young man you singled out for harassment. Third, while you're certainly not the devil, you sure do look like someone the devil has sent to make life on earth harder for the rest of us.
And the fact that you're always preaching in front of an upside-down cross really helps sell the overall aesthetic of demon possession or something.
So, like, I think it was a white lady that worked at Dollar Tree. I think she might have been probably, I could be wrong, but from what I thought I was hearing, I think she was the only one that tried to defend me. But how does the whole bus think that he was in the right and that I should let him? No, like, no, give me back my phone.
He obviously did give it back.
And the bus driver just sat there and let the boy physically assault me and you know, do what he did with my phone. And the boy acted like he was not going to give me my phone back.
He obviously did give it back.
And like I'm supposed to be getting another bag anyway. But when he tried to you know, grab my bag out of my
This sounds like bullshit. Why grab your dirty bag when he just wanted your phone?
If she says someone else wrecked it, people will buy her a new one.
He tore it even worse.
Scamming for a bag.
So now I have no choice but to you know, get new bags. He was trying to destroy my phone, you know, and he was not going to give me my phone back.
Extreme, unbelievable bullshit detected.
Destroying a phone is easy. You found that out last month. Remember, if he wanted to ruin your phone, he could have just spiked it like a football, you melodramatic moron.
She just wants to maximize her victimization. Like her pal Maddie, it seems as if they both have an inherent need to be seen as a tragic victim.
Exactly. Physically putting your hands on someone is wrong in this situation. Let's face it, if a cop had been there, she would have had to take the kid in. However, that overlooks her culpability in creating the situation in the first place, and we're pretty sure that's her end goal. Luckily, she's really bad at it. As illustrated here when she said the kid was bent on the destruction of her phone, despite it clearly being okay.
And it's like I panicked because the bus driver wasn't doing shit. And then after a while, he stood up. The bus driver, he stood up and just watched. I mean, he didn't even pull over or whatever, but he just stood up and just watched everything go down, like, and said nothing. He didn't try to say, hey, give her phone back, or he didn't say, hey, sit down, hey, be quiet. He didn't say, hey, knock it off. He just sat there and watched everything go down and said nothing.
He's a bus driver, not your knight in shining armor.
Notice how she expects other people to defend her bad behavior?
And then, yeah, I took a couple of pictures of the ladies that was sitting across from me. You know, but the man, the man that was sitting next to him, he didn't really say much or nothing. I don't recall, you know. But The bus wasn't even really crowded, and it wasn't like it usually be, because that route is usually crowded, you know. Usually the 114 or the 115 be so crowded that people are standing up. But the 103, they have way less people on there, you know. But I should have took the 103. I should have trusted my gut instinct. But I mean, something could have happened on that bus. Who knows? But I mean, I was trying to get help with a hotel. You know, if I would have had hotel help, this wouldn't have happened. Yeah, I'm saying it. Because you stalkers prevented me from getting a hotel room so y'all could send that guy to come and physically assault me. You perps, y'all sent him, and you know it.
Nope, nobody sent him but himself. You just pissed him off.
So...
Congratulations.
And I told the ghetto ladies that try to gang up on me, and they try to get gangster and ghetto and call me the devil. Yeah, they try to call me the devil, you know. And then, you know, after we got across the river, I got off the bus at my soonest opportunity. And the ladies across from me waited till after I rang the bell. So when the females, well, I was afraid that the guy was gonna follow me off the bus and beat me up. Beat me up some more, you know. But I don't get how certain people will go hard with go to bat for and defending and agreeing with a stranger against me when they don't. Those ladies and the people on the bus, they didn't know that boy.
They didn't know you either.
They didn't know him.
Honestly, if we'd been there, we'd have probably been on his side too. Kid looked like he was having a bad night. He definitely didn't need some nitwitted woman giving him dirty looks and complaints. People tend to help the person they perceive as being the victim. They saw him as your victim. And indeed, that's what it sounds like he was. We're not excusing him punching someone. That's never the right thing to do unless someone else starts the violence first. Candy wasn't violent. She was just being Candy. And she expects everyone to just take her abuse in stride. She doesn't understand that some people simply won't do that. In fact, folks have been killed for doing the things she regularly does. We'd argue that in this case, she was lucky. Yeah, lucky. If he'd been truly dangerous, he might have indeed followed her off the bus to finish her off. Is she gonna learn her lesson? Of course not. You hear her. She's the victim. She didn't do anything wrong. So she's gonna keep right on doing the same things that piss people off.
To the problems or whatever, you know. So, and then when the bus driver was on the bus phone, like the bus, you know, like when you ride the buses, they have their own phone. And I don't know if the bus driver was reporting to his supervisor what happened, or if he was reporting to calling the police. I don't know. But the bus driver had an annoyed look when I tried to quickly explain, you know, the truth about what happened. And then the bus driver acted disgusted, frustrated, and annoyed and wanted me out of his face. And everybody on the bus was yelling at me and getting an attitude and rushing me off the bus. And then, you know, when I got off the bus, they fake rejoiced and talking about bye Felicia and stuff like that. You know, the same way that when I get gang stalked and bullied out of the homeless shelters, they rejoiced. And like when I pulled the string, they had a brown skinned black sort of somewhat elderly lady she had on a blue shirt, because sometimes they gang stalk with the color blue, and she had on a purple with the blue, but mainly they wear red. But this boy and the other ladies, they weren't wearing red or whatever, but they were gang stalking. And so this lady, she was purple with a blue shirt. And when I got off the bus, when I pulled the string, she was instigating and said, "Yeah, driver, this I'll stop right here. This I'll stop right here." You know, and it's like, why y'all rejoicing at me getting off the bus when I was just like a couple or a few stops away from Loyola and Tulane?
Because you pissed her and several other people off.
You know, and I wasn't holding the bus up for 5 or 10 minutes. Just a couple of, like maybe 30 or 45 seconds for me to briefly tell the driver that the boy actually started with me and you know,
he didn't care.
Was bullying me before we even got on the bus.
You wasted his time too.
So for those ladies to not know what happened or transpired before we got on the bus and then just take a line and go run with it. This boy, he whacked me across the face. And he was not gonna go to jail for assault or a felony or go to prison or nothing like that. The bus driver didn't do shit, and the police officer wasn't gonna do shit, and they had all the passengers freaking ganging up and lying on me because there was a bus full of satanic gang stalkers. You know?
Didn't they say ignore the devil?
Right, lots of Satanists tell folks to ignore the devil.
So that's why I think that this gang stalking gotta be spiritual, because it don't seem like as if everybody was satanically, spiritually activated to do what they did to me.
Activated?
And it was black people and white people on the bus that were defending that young boy against me, all because they wanted to be prejudiced against a homeless person, and they knew they know that I'm targeted.
You said you usually don't take this bus, only the driver might know you. Dumb.
And I mean, for a male bus driver to sit there and let a young boy put his hands on an adult woman.
He's a bus driver, not your knight in shining armor.
And that boy to think he's so tough. But would that boy stand up to another man? I bet you he wouldn't. Yes, gang stalkers do get violent, and if they would hurt you, they would kill you too. They have killed targeted individuals and then falsely spun the narrative and the targeted individual is not allowed to defend themselves. You know, for them to spin the false narrative and lie and say we started first, or that we're the troublemaker.
You were the troublemaker here. If you'd simply minded your own business and ignored him, none of that would have happened.
And my face still hurts. And my leg still hurts. It hurts even worse.
In Russia, they call that tough shitski.
You know, and like before I started recording this, my phone battery was at 66%. And now it's at 60%.
Yep, you've been on for almost 40 minutes.
But it's like, what's it with a bunch of black men wanting to be dangerous and violent towards a black woman? Only a smaller percentage of black men make like as if they respect black women as queens.
And there it is, the basic assumption about herself that most likely drives her privileged thinking. She thinks she's a queen, Queen Candy, kinda has a nice ring to it, and reminds us of Wreck-It Ralph. However, this is a major problem. Obviously, Candy is not a queen in the sense she thinks. The only things she reigns over are ignorance, entitlement, and hate. The closest queen we can think of is Queen of the Harpies.
She's the queen of the harpies.
No, I'm
queen
not.
of the harpies.
No, I'm not.
Here's your crown, your majesty.
Get away from
queen
me,
of the harpies.
When we first started watching King Cobra JFS, it was obvious Josh wasn't destined to live half as long as Ozzy Osbourne. There is no happy ending for a dude who slurped food runoff. Likewise, Candy is not long for this world either. Between her obviously poor health and the even poorer way she treats random people, it's just a matter of time before she becomes the ultimate victim of herself.